unspoken. Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul. I'll be there. Never leaving you.
Alright, hi loves, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a mini haul slash get ready with me, and kind of like a slash first impressions, because I'm using the makeup that I used in my haul that I did probably about 2 weeks ago. So it's not really a first impressions because I did, dip into some of the products to see how they work. But needless to say, all of the products are absolutely amazing. I love every single one, and just the fact that they are affordable makes it even better. So yeah, like I said in my last video, some of the stuff that I ordered did not get there, did not get here in time. Some of the stuff that I ordered did not get there, did not get here in time to make it into the makeup haul. So I'm going to be showing you some of the products that I did get after I made the video. So if you're interested in what I got and how I got this look as well, then just keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so the first things that I would like to talk about are the items that I got from shophush.com. If you're not familiar with ShopHush is basically a online website that sells affordable makeup and dupes for high-end makeup as well. So the first two things that I got from ShopHush were the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Foundations. Now both of these shades, I got like 50 shades freaking lighter than my skin tone. So on ShopHush, they have swatches of the foundations, and I got the shades Sand and Bronze. And you know what, I'm actually going to insert a picture so you guys can see how dark the Sand and Bronze foundation shades look, because you probably, thinking I'm crazy, like, girl, it clearly, like, this is too light for you, but it looked really dark on the website. So I'm just like, I was so confused when I got my my order. So yeah, I just roll with it. I did not want to go through the process of returning these and then waiting to get them back and everything like that. So I just use these for concealer now. The concealer that I use is by LA Girl as well, as in the Pro Conceal HD concealer, and it's in the shade Fawn, and they're like really similar in color, so I just use that for my concealer, and I actually use it for my concealer today. So yeah, as you can see, the coverage and stuff is there, so I just use it for that now. I also picked up two concealers from them as well. So the next thing that I picked up from ShopHush was this shimmer kit from Oakland Cosmetics. This is really nice. I don't like the packaging. Like, I feel like it's really ugly. I don't like the colors, but I mean, I obviously didn't care about that. I cared about the product. So this is what it looks like, and it comes with 6 highlighters, as you can see. Now I only use 3 highlighters out of the 6 that's in this palette, mainly because these shades right here, which is in the shade Beam, Moonshine, and Stellar. Now I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but this was supposed to be like a yellowy champagne-y type highlight. This was supposed to be a pinky one, and this is supposed to be like a little coral peachy shade, and it does not look like that at all. In the pan it looks like it's going to be like that, but when you swatch it, it just looks like a frosty silvery mess. So I'm just like, what in the world? I was like so disappointed in that, because this palette works amazingly. The quality is there, the pigmentation is there, it's just the color is not there for me. But unlike, let me see, Glimmer, Guilt, and Amores, these are my favorite shades in the palette. They swatch amazingly, and I have swatches of them right here. This is Amores, this is Guilt, and this is Glimmer. So they're really nice highlights. Like I said, the pigmentation quality is there. It's just I don't see myself ever using these 3 highlighters, which is okay. I guess if I wanted like a frosty like inner corner or something like that, then I can use these for that. But for the most part, they won't be getting much use out of me as a highlight. Okay, so now we're going to move on to some things that I got from IK House. Now this order was a fail kind of too, because what I picked up was the LA Girl Pro Pressed Powders, and basically, long story short, I got 2 shades to set my highlight and 2 shades for bronzer. The one that I got for bronzer, well, the 2 that I got for bronzer is in the shade Toffee, which are these 2 right here, and I wanted it as a bronzer, but it's dark enough to be like a bronzer on me, but it's really muddy, which I don't really like. As far as the quality goes, the quality is there, but it's just the color is not. So as you can see, like for these last two orders, it's just been a fail as far as color matching, I guess. So yeah, these two, I'm gonna just see if, you know, any of my lighter skin tone friends will like this, because I feel like it'll look better on them. So I got these two powders in the shade medium beige, and these work pretty good too. I mean, as you can see in the pan, it looks really light, which I wanted it to be really light, but I feel like once it goes on under the eyes, at least it gets darker, which I don't really like. I'm not a huge fan of. When I want to set my highlight, I want it to be bright. So yeah, it was just, I don't know. I don't really know what's up with me and these powders and foundations and stuff, but I don't know. So yeah, but this is in the shade medium beige, and for the most part it works. This is what I use to set my under eye highlight and stuff like that today. So yeah, I mean, it works pretty good, so I would definitely keep these. But the pigmentation, the quality is finely milled and it's so smooth. That's what I really like about this product. So I'm going to be keeping these of course. So yeah, these are really nice. Okay, so the next thing that I got from iKate House was a Cara, I think I'm saying that right, Cara, I think it's Cara Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. This is a exact dupe for the 35 OM eyeshadow palette from Morphe. I was going to pick that palette up from Morphe.com, but when I seen this on iKate House, I was just like, this is the exact same thing. Why not just get this one? And this one retails for $14.99 when I believe the Morphe palettes retail for $22.99, I believe. So you are getting, you know, bang for your buck, and this is absolutely amazing. As far as comparison with the quality, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just like Morphe, to be honest. Some of the shades are a little bit drier than others, but that doesn't really, you know, bother me or anything like that, as long as the pigmentation is there. And I found with a lot of matte eyeshadows, when they're extremely pigmented and rich in color, they tend to be a little bit more drier. So as long as it's not like chalky or patchy, then I'm totally okay with that. And this palette is definitely not chalky or patchy, so I highly recommend this palette. It also comes with a mirror. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera. I don't really want you guys to see because I don't want to like blind you or anything, because these lights are really bright. But yes, it comes with a mirror as well. So I highly recommend this palette over the Morphe palette if you want to save, you know, a few coins or whatever. But for the most part, these palettes are exactly the same. So the next thing that I picked up was a ColourPop eyeshadow palette. Now this is not a palette that's already made. This is a custom made palette for me. And it looks like this. It is so freaking pretty. Like, I don't know, I feel like I made like my own little cute palette, like I collaborated with ColourPop or something. No, dang on well that is not the case, but soon it will be, hopefully. I really love these eyeshadows. I did haul a few single eyeshadows from ColourPop in my last video, so you guys should already know that these are absolutely amazing quality. When you order 4 or more pressed eyeshadows from ColourPop Cosmetics, you get a free little palette to insert your eyeshadows in, which I find that is so freaking amazing, because a lot of people don't really have Z palettes or anything like that, so this is really nice for them to give you a free palette. And even though it's like cardboard, it's pretty sturdy, so I feel like that is amazing. And I also picked up another shade. I kind of forgot about it because it wasn't in the palette, but obviously it couldn't fit because it only holds 4 eyeshadows. But this is in the shade Savage, which is my absolute favorite. This is what it looks like. I honestly think you guys can't see these. I'm probably doing this for no reason, but this is what it looks like. Another really pretty pinky shade. It's really similar to Hot Strong, except this pulls more hot pink when the other one pulls more of like a lighter pink. But it's so freaking pretty, and I really hope you guys can see that. But yeah. Okay, so last but not least, I picked up some eyelashes from AliExpress. Now, I picked up 20 lashes, and this is how it comes when you order such a big bulk of lashes. But yes, you guys, these were only $1.19, and I ordered 20 of them. And this is what they look like. Right here. They look like this, really dramatic. I mean, they're really natural as far as like the thickness, but they do have some length to them. I am wearing them today, except these ones that I'm wearing are stacked. So like I said, these were $1.19 and I ordered 20 of them, so the total came up to about $21 and some change. But actually I paid $2 more, so my total was like $23.50. But so they could get here like a little bit faster. But yes, you guys, so that was the end of my haul. I hope you all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to watch how I got this makeup look. I'll see you in my next one. So I already have my eyebrows and concealer applied. Now I'm going to be going in with my eyeshadow base. Now this is the L'Oreal Pro Matte foundation, but a friend gave this to me for like clients and everything like that, but I don't really have a lot of clients in this shade, so I just use it for a good eyeshadow base. Now, being that this foundation is so matte, I do not set it with a powder. If I do, it would be like extremely lightly. It would be a really light layer of powder just to be on the safe side, but just using this alone is being on the safe side because it's so matte. You don't want it to, you know, affect how your eyeshadow is applied if you just apply a powder on top of something that's so matte, because it's really not needed. And just blend that out. Now this beauty sponge is not damp, it's dry as a damn desert, but it doesn't matter because it's not like we're using it on our face or anything like that. I just want something that's going to blend this out really nicely and evenly. So as you can see, it gave me really nice coverage as far as, you know, canceling out my darkness on my eyes so that my eyeshadows can pop. But just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and set that base just a little bit. I'm going to use a thin layer just so I can prevent it from creasing. I'm going to be using my Sephora single eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Secret R'Adore. So for my makeup today, I want to do something like really smoky. I know I have on this bright blue shirt, but I'm going to be using a really light blue glitter. So the shirt kind of inspired my look today, but I still want to do something kind of vampy. So for my next tutorial, it will most definitely be something a little bit more natural, but for this look, it's going to be really vamp and out there. So the first shade that I'm going to go into is Melrose from ColourPop. And to apply that, I'm going to be using my Morphe M441 brush. For this makeup look in particular, it's really about building. I just want to build up a really nice transition and crease, because this is going to be really smoky. I want this look to be really dramatic. So yeah, that's just what we're going to do. And I don't know if you guys can tell like the difference in the quality or whatever, but I'm using my back camera, so it's kind of weird for me because I cannot see a thing. All I'm looking at is the camera. So hopefully it's all worth it, like me being like uncomfortable, because I am like really uncomfortable right now because I cannot see myself. So I really hope that you know, still in focus and the lighting is okay. You might see it switch up a few times throughout the video. So the next shade that I'm going to take is from ColourPop as well, and it is in the shade Bandit. So I'm going to use this as my transition shade too, but I'm going to bring this a little bit lower, and I'm going to be using the same brush to do that, my Morphe M441. I like this extremely blown out. If you're familiar with my channel and my makeup tutorials, you should know this by now and notice how like I like my transitions really, you know, blown out, almost touching my brow. That's just how I like it. So I'm gonna keep doing it like that. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to take like a reddish shade in the palette, and I'm going to take a little bit of Love Letter. So this is Red Ochre and Love Letter. I'm kind of going to be mixing those two and putting them in my crease, and I'm going to use my same brush to do so. It's just I really like this brush, so I'm just going to keep using that. Alright, so now I'm going to be going into my Morphe Bronze Mocha palette, and I'm going to be taking this really dark burgundy plum shade, and I'm going to be really focusing that in my crease area, like my outer corner mainly, and then I'm just going to be blending that out. Now I'm finally going to switch brushes now. I don't know which one I'm going to take though. I don't know what I want. I think I'm going to take this one. This is a blending brush from Wet n Wild. This is and I could have went in with this shade because I want more of that dark plum reddish shade, but just to show you guys, I just wanted to build because this is going to be really smoky, and you don't want to just go in with dark shades for your smoky eye, because that can make you look like you just got a black eye. Somebody just punched you dead in your face and you looking dumb. So, you know, you just want to blend that out. You just want to always make sure that you start out with transition shades that are lighter than your crease colors, your darker crease colors, so it can all gradually blend and it can look more like a gradient ombre type of feel. As you can see, it's light right here, and then it gets darker and darker and darker. That's how you want it to be. So that is really important. Transition shades are just really important no matter what look you're doing. I don't care if it's like the simplest thing or the most dramatic thing. Transition shades are so important in your eyeshadow look. So you just want to always be mindful of that. So as you can see, this is really blown out and smoky. So now I just want to go back into my transition shade and just blend out the edges so it doesn't look too harsh. Okay, so this is pretty much how I want the crease to be. Now we're going to go ahead and work on the lid area now. Like I said, I wanted this to be really smoky, so there's going to be no shimmer necessarily on my eye just yet, at least. So now I'm going to go into my Morphe Copper Spice palette, not my Bronze Mocha, my Copper Spice palette from Morphe. And I'm going to mix about 3 shades. I'm going to mix these 2 brown shades right here and then this dark one right here. And I'm just going to kind of put that in my crease and then buff it out on my lid. Okay, so this is pretty much as intense as I would like my lid and crease to be, but now I'm just going to go back into the crease part with that plum shade, and we're just going to buff that out and just make sure that we don't lose any of the color, because when you blend you can definitely lose a bit of the eyeshadow's pigmentation when you blend a lot and everything. So you just want to always go back and just, you know, touch that up a bit. Alright, since I'm going to be doing a wing liner, I want to sharpen up my eyeshadows. So to do that, I'm going to be using my Ruby Kisses 3D Face Corrector. This is the same thing that I use to carve out my brows. And even if you're not a beginner, I'm not really a beginner when it comes to wing liner at this point, but that still doesn't change the fact that wing liner is so difficult to do. So I would highly recommend you doing this step, especially if you are a beginner with wing liner, because this can really act as a guide. Okay, now I just drag that down. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just blend that out just a little bit. You don't have to do it too much, because you know it's going to definitely blend out and everything once we do our foundation and, you know, highlight, contour, all of that stuff. So yeah. I'm really trying to like lighten up a little bit. If I seem like a little bit off, it's because I'm trying a new setup with my camera. As you guys know, I do record on my iPhone 7 Plus, so I just wanted the quality of my videos to be a little bit better, and I can definitely say it does look a lot better with my back camera, but it's really more difficult to film because I cannot see myself. I have a mirror, but it's like it's so close to the mirror I can't see unless I like, you know, keep looking over like that. So just bear with me if I seem a little bit off. I'm just a little bit uncomfortable, but this is definitely like a little test run video just to see how I like it, you know, what to do, how to set up and everything like that. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. So now that we have that done, I'm going to move on to my wing liner. Now I'm going to do my wing liner off camera because I plan on doing a video on how I do my eyebrows and my wing liner. So just stay tuned for that. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and did my wing liner and applied my lashes off camera. So, oh, and I did a little bit of spot concealing as well with the 3D face corrector by Ruby Kisses. So now we're gonna move on to our foundation. You guys, I talked about this in my haul video. Well, majority of this makeup I talked about is in my haul video, but this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. Oh my gosh, like when I tell you this foundation is so freaking great, like I love it so much, and for it to only be $6, it's amazing. I love the color. My mom actually color matched me, so this ended up being like the perfect shade. I don't know, this foundation, I love everything about it. It's amazing. So I'm just going to use the paddle to apply that. And when I apply my foundation, I like to keep it kind of low when it comes to like my cheek area and stuff, because when you think about it, we're going to be using like concealer, bronzer, you know, and everything like that. It's just like there's no need for you to put foundation in all of those places when we're going to be covering up with other stuff. That's just how I look at it, and try to, you know, prevent as much cakiness as possible. So I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm going to be blending that out. So now I'm going to go into my LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Foundation. Now, I already explained in the beginning of the video why I use this. So yeah, I'm just going to be using this to highlight my face. So now I'm just going to take my beauty sponge and blend that all out.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light.
So now I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro face powder.
Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your
So now I'm going to be taking my NARS bronzer. I do not know how to pronounce the shade, but yeah. As always, it will be in the description box below. So I'm going to be taking my rose gold powder brush to apply that. So now I'm going to work on the bottom lash line. I'm just going to be applying the same shades that I use for my eyeshadow, and I'm going to be applying some mascara and eyeliner. Okay, you guys, so now for my favorite part, I'm going to be going into the glitter, and I'm just going to do like a pop of it in my inner corner. Like I said, I wanted to keep this look really smoky, so I'm just going to be putting this shade in my inner corner. So for highlight, I'm going to mix Crown of My Canopy and Precious Petals highlighters from Wet n Wild. So as you can see, this is like really intense. So I'm just going to take my beauty blender and like pat that into my skin. So now I'm going to go into my Wet n Wild eye kohl in the shade Simmer Brown now, and I'm going to line my lips and fill them in. And now to top that off, I'm going to be going into my liquid lipstick by Ruby Kisses, and this is in the shade Cocoa Glaze.
Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're
Alright you guys, so this is the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed this makeup look. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one.